trial, who knows? All right.
Paradise Killer.
Again. Let's fucking do it. Near which gate? You got something? We can check it. If the bodies were swapped, they must have come from somewhere close by. All right, so we're at the courthouse. There's HQ. What's going on, Ryoko? Yeah, let's go around it real quick. That's Ice Kawami's apartment, so.
Scene investigation.
No. Yeah, I see several places they could hide bodies. Unless What's going on, Lazarus? How you doing?
Scene investigation.
The ledges us on space?
Respawning.
What'd you find out? Okay, I gotta get to the top again. Something about this game, I don't really want to say, but it's not story related, but it could have made it getting to stuff a lot easier. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. I want to hear. That's going. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. You use the expensive ass foot baths, yeah, apparently. Where'd you find that out? I have 2 blood crystals. Yeah, you know what? I think it's worth it to get the blood crystals and maybe get it. So we have to go back to the apartments, I guess.
Nightmare computer.
This might lead to something. This might lead to something.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Looks like something or someone has been dragged through the shed. And this looks like human waste. A couple days old at most.
The investigator is here.
Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks recently. Are they in this shed? No loose ends.
Ha. Huh.
We can go to trial. Let me save.
Game saved.
The investigator. Is paradise worth saving? The door to truth will open. Lady Love dies.
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
Let me explain how we shall uncover truths and lies. We will hold a trial for each case file logged in Starlight.
Show me your truth.
You will choose which suspect you wish to accuse and present your argument against them. I am an impartial tool of justice. I shall analyze your evidence and determine if you have proven your case. Can you break alibis? Can you put the suspect at the scene? How strong is your case? All that matters is that justice is carried out. I'm not interested in speculation and weak prosecutions. I need the truth. We'll find the suspect responsible for each crime.
The door to truth will open.
Anyone found guilty will be executed. This is a crime to end all crimes. Anyone involved cannot be allowed to infect Perfect 25 with their criminality. We'll do the execution. The investigation freak will execute justice. Be confident about who you accuse. Are you clear on how the trials will work? Do you need me to repeat this? I'm ready to go. Let's breathe life back into paradise. Judge, the island is ending. Our home shatters before us.
Believe what you want.
This farce has gone on for long enough. It's time to move to the new island, Judge. I am the acting leader. I initiated the shutdown.
Believe what you want.
The prime suspect has been sitting behind bars while the freak runs around the island chasing down false leads.
I am the leader.
You have until the end of the island to do your trial. The truth may not be as simple as you believe, Architect. I'm doing this for the good of the Syndicate. Perfect 25 is waiting. You can't do—
I don't like this.
Judge, the clock is ticking. What does this mean for the trials? We don't have much time, Love dies. The white smoke of oblivion threatens to consume the truth. Do I have one desperate chance to find the truth for each case file? Make it count.
This is nonsense.
The rest of the Syndicate are in agreement. It's time to move on and execute Henry.
What a fucking surprise.
Fuck you. You're overstepping your authority, Architect.
Paradise feels
Judge,
wrong.
let's breathe life back into paradise. Love dies. You're authorized to once again wield your service weapon. Take hold of a chamber full of justice. Use it at the end of the trial to execute the guilty. Any involvement with this heinous crime carries us into death.
This is nonsense.
Judge, this is severe. This is the crime to end all crimes. Any amount of involvement is a heresy against the gods and an atrocity against the Syndicate. Or do you disagree?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do not. Be strong in your accusations, investigator. The penalty for any of these crimes is death. It's been a while since I executed justice.
The journey into truth and justice begins.
Key item obtained.
You've retrieved your gun. I hope you appreciate how serious your accusations will be. Return to the stand when you're ready to talk.
Lady Love dies.
Investigator, we'll begin the trials. Henry's escape. Henry allegedly escaped during his execution, broke through the prison bars, and headed to the council building, murdering the martial guards, traversing the holy seals, and killing the council before being apprehended at the scene. How did Henry escape? How did the accused killer break out of incarceration? Is it as the report states, or did something else happen? Henry Division is alleged to have escaped the desolation cell and murdered the council. Investigator, peel back the shroud of inscrutability and bring forward the sweet smile of truth.
Crime is repulsive.
I believe this is part of a plan by Akiko. The freak is lying. The Grand Marshal broke the primary suspect out of the prison she put him in.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. The bars on the prison bridge were supposedly torn open by Henry with this demonic stream. Starlight analyzed the bars and found traces of thermite, not demonic residue.
Don't test me.
Thermite is a military-grade explosive that burns through pretty much anything. Akiko faked that part of his escape. Grand Marshal? Never trust computers. Her little calculator got it wrong. Henry is demonic. What does Starlight know about demons? The freak tried to analyze something that Starlight doesn't recognize, and the closest match is thermite. 68.7% thermite, 29% barium nitrate, 2% sulfur, 3% polybutadiene acrylonitrile. No traces of unknown chemicals found. Thermite's an anti-material weapon and burns at extremely high
The
temperature.
facts and the truth. are not
Akiko
the
used it
same.
to open the prison bars and make it look like Henry escaped. This is a lie. A good truth. Please let us sample some more.
Show me your truth.
The time frame in Akiko's report doesn't match up. There's no way Henry could have got off the desolation cell, made it to the council building, traversed the holy seals, and murdered the council and be found at 1203. Akiko lied.
Do you want to die?
Grand Marshal, respect the civility of the courthouse. Do you have a proper response?
Turfa!
She's making that up. The freak is making me out to be a liar. She cooked up a little story to frame me. How did Henry cross the island, get through all the seals, murder the council, and exit the building by 1203?
Kahat!
He's got a demon in him. The demon gave him speed and strength. There's no evidence to suggest that. That's correct, Grand Marshal. Your word here isn't good enough. You're speculating without any evidence to back it up.
Show me your truth.
I can break Henry's alibi. Lady Love dies. Henry stands accused by everyone except you. Do the facts lie? Do you believe in the official version of events? No. Truth is distorted.
When love dies,
The facts are
all
wrong.
that remains are
Henry
the
didn't go
facts.
to the council building by himself. Fuck yeah, this is getting
I
interesting.
have a bad feeling about
Henry
this.
remembers almost nothing about last night except seeing New Night. He specifically remembers seeing the goddess. She didn't speak to him. He saw the goddess. The only statue of New Night is in the barracks, and a normal citizen can't know that because the barracks are classified. Henry has been in the barracks though. That's where detainees are processed when they're arrested. The statue is in the main barracks grounds. Prisoners don't go through there, correct, Akiko? When I was arrested on Island 13, I only ever saw the entrance to the barracks, which connects directly to the underground holding cells. I'm not answering that, it's classified. Grand Marshal, you'll be found in contempt if you refuse to answer. Fine. Arrested individuals are taken through the main gate and directly down into the holding cells.
Paradise feels wrong.
Henry could have only seen New Night if he went through the tunnel that connects the desolation cell to the barracks. When he was arrested and taken to the desolation cell, he'd have to go through the main barracks ground though.
I don't.
That
like
was 10
this.
years ago. He lost all of his memories from that incident. The only thing that he remembers is New Night last night. It sounds like a stretch, investigator.
I have a bad feeling.
The only way to
about
get to the
this.
council building from the desolation cell in the window of time stated is via the front gate of the HQ. The nightmare computer logs on the HQ entrance have no record of Henry going through them. I don't believe he went through them. If he didn't go through the entrance, this whole case is thrown into disarray. Henry was found with the blood of the victims in his stomach, but I don't think he ingested them himself. How else did the blood get inside him? I found this bottle on the rocks below where Henry was found. It had been used to hold blood. Starlight analyzed the blood in it and matched the remains to all the council members. How did it get there? There are no fingerprints, but my theory is that someone took council blood from the scene and placed it in the bottle and forced Henry to ingest it. Why? To scapegoat him for the crime. They were rushed or sloppy and casually discarded the bottle, assuming no one would question the lie. You can't prove this though. The demonic sigils that cover Henry's body were found daubed in blood at the scene of the first seal marshals. What of them? Henry doesn't draw those symbols. There are no records of this occurring. It's not in line with how the demon inside him behaves. The sigils formed on his skin through the projection of demonic language from the demon inside him. The demon scorched him with its own anger. Did the demon make him draw them? No, the demon doesn't micromanage Henry's actions. It just sets him on a path. Henry doesn't speak the demon's language either. I find it unlikely that Henry would perfectly recreate sigils from a language he doesn't speak. How did they get there then? Most likely drawn by whoever was trying to frame Henry. Could he have copied him from his own body? Only if he had a mirror and the time to do it. Very well. Excellent work. You've taken the lid off the box containing the truth. Henry's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
I can break Akiko's alibi. The truth requires us to examine Akiko's alibi. Akiko went to execute Henry, but alleges that Henry escaped at 2352. He claims that she found him outside the council building at 1203. I called witness as I left that Desolation cell to go to the barracks to organize the search for Henry. Can anyone confirm that Grand Marshal returned to the barracks? The marshals confirmed she went back to the barracks.
Don't.
However, it's hard to take their word as they are fiercely loyal to you and refuse to give me any physical evidence. Did you confirm the phone call?
Don't test me.
Akiko's phone records are apparently classified, and the investigator isn't allowed to access them. Witness confirmed he got a call from Akiko.
Is this a fact?
I took Witness's phone and analyzed the records at the comms tower. Starlight did some back tracing on the calls, and it appears Akiko lied. The call she made to Witness wasn't from the Desolation cell. The comms tower puts her location at Syndicate HQ, which throws her timeline of events into question and puts her near the scene of the crime.
Do you want to die?
Watch your language in the House of Justice. She's lying. Her little pocket calculator is wrong. She hasn't checked my phone. The data's incorrect.
Crime cannot hide.
Witness testified on the call from Akiko, he couldn't hear the Desolation cell's distinctive dreadful atmosphere or the ocean.
Got it.
That isn't conclusive proof, but it still suggests she wasn't where she claims. The rock of secrecy has been lifted and the truth exposed. The Grand Marshal's alibi has been broken.
Show me your truth.
That's all we need. I mean, we could present the inhibitors, but...
What?
Yes, Judge, as it has been for the last 10 years. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal?
Hold up.
The demon inside him tricked us. It waited for the right moment. The inhibitors had never been right, but we didn't know. Doctor,
I'm worried.
that's quite the claim. It would mean that the demon was capable of plotting and fooling us for a decade.
Hypothetically.
There's no medical evidence to suggest this happened.
Crime cannot
Very convenient that the
hide.
demon pulled the trick off right at the end of the island. Why not attack sooner? This isn't hard evidence, but I'm taking it into consideration.
Show me your truth.
I have nothing to present. You've proven that the official version of events for Akiko and Henry's movements last night are a total fantasy. Combined with your evidence, you have created a truth that glints brilliantly in the light shown by the facts. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There's no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves Akiko guilty. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? A harsh light of truth has shone upon your crime. You will be sentenced to death. You were sworn to protect our beloved council. You pledged your blade for so long. You were a beacon of purity. Now you'll be executed and the marshals will lose their leader. The island sequences will never be the same again. Why did you do it?
Do the fuck.
You said I wouldn't hang for this. I beg your pardon, Grand Marshal. This was never part of the plan, you pompous Tarfa. Who are you talking to? Carmelina, you said this would work. Now I have a gun to my head. If I'm going down for this, so are
The
you.
ravings of the guilty lashing out.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Tell us everything, Akiko. You have nothing left to lose. If you were set up, you can have revenge.
Nenorochito.
You promised to induct my soldiers into the syndicate if I helped you. Now I'm going to be executed.
I'll kill you.
You used me, weren't careful enough, and now I'm going to die.
I'll kill you.
I faked Henry's escape. I was supposed to deliver him to outside the council building, phone witness, and report that I found him after the council were dead. Carmelina?
Do your job.
She's lying. She's been found out in her own little scheme. Now she's trying to take innocent people down with her. I took Henry through the barracks to the council building. The official report is a lie. Lady Love dies. Sounds like a conspiracy, Judge. Open a case file.
Carmelina's conspiracy.
There's evidence to suggest Carmelina may have been the mastermind of a conspiracy to kill the council. Your facts have become the truth. Lady Love dies. While you're in here, do you not have access to the phones you've been using to record your progress? Would you like me to save your progress now? I will save your progress before the next trial begins.
Getting saved.
Henry's demonic possession. A decade ago, Henry became possessed by a demon, killing his mother and allowing demonic corruption to spill out into the world. The area around his apartment was sealed off and became the dead zone. During his arrest, he killed the syndicate's exorcist, Grace Bloodlines. For the last 10 years, he has been contained and sedated in the desolation cell with inhibitors. Investigator. Starlight has logged Henry's possession a decade ago as a case file related to the murder of the council. Is Starlight being overzealous, or do you believe there's something there that warrants investigation? Was someone else involved with Henry's possession and the demonic invasion that spelled doom for the island? Well, there are several people involved. But if we're gonna get down to the crux of it, to who, like in terms of the book, we're talking strictly about his demonic possession. So it has to be Yuri.
Is this a fact?
I believe Yuri pushed Henry down the path to possession. I thought you were supposed to be an investigation freak. You've got nothing on me.
Show me your
Present your evidence. Construct the truth.
Paradise feels...
Yuri accessed the vault that contains the book on demonology. I believe that Yuri took books on demonology and gave them to Henry, preying on a vulnerable mind and pushing him towards communicating with the gods. The plan for him was for him to become possessed. The plan? The freak wouldn't know a plan if she saw it. She's just making up stories and you're going along with it. Excel caused her brain to rot. You're letting the freak fool you with lies, speculation, and fiction.
I don't like
The plan will
this.
become clear in later case files. There's a conspiracy at play and I need you to trust me. If I get this wrong, you can reverse the conviction and I'll go back to the Idle Lands and Yuri can walk free. Someone committed the crime to end all crimes, and the path to the truth is a winding one.
How dare you?
You cannot go on. Trust, this is not justice. Do not dare lecture me on justice. I am justice incarnate. The court trusts the investigator.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth.
Got it.
Inside a safe in Henry's apartment is one of the forbidden tomes of demonology from the library vault.
What are you talking about?
What's that got to do with me? Which book? The Grimoire Majida. A frightful tome. How did a citizen come to obtain one of the restricted texts?
Show me your
Present
truth.
your evidence. Construct the truth. Henry told me a stranger supplied him with a tome that would lead to his possession. Someone took a shine to him and slipped him a restricted text.
Huh?
And you think it was me? You're a joke. I had nothing to do with this.
Don't make
I don't
me
consort
laugh.
with citizens. You'll need better evidence than this.
Show me your truth.
I have nothing to present. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity. It's not a lot to go on. Truth proves
Court finds
Yuri guilty.
Guilty.
Nonsense.
This is unacceptable. Do you know who I am? I've been chosen. I will be on the next council. This freak has taken away my destiny. I'll burn the syndicate to the ground.
What?
Yuri, be quiet. No, I'm the blessed servant of my goddess. I was destined for greatness. I helped you, and now I'm gonna die.
We have achieved perfection.
These are the ravens of someone to see by a god that's been caught
I
out.
have a bad
Is this true,
feeling.
Yuri?
Nonsense.
She promised me a seat on the new council and retrieve enchanted blue from the real world.
How dare you?
Nonsense.
This is unacceptable.
I got Henry the books on demonology, sent him down the dark path, a plan needed the island to end. Henry provided the answer. The truth lies within a conspiracy.
Getting saved.
That's what I've been saying. Pretty much, Vay. The murder of Grace Bloodlines. Grace was our chief exorcist, and Henry was convicted for her murder, which he allegedly committed during his arrest. One Last Kiss seems to think she was set up to die. Grace Bloodlines was murdered 10 years ago. I presided over a trial. I saw the sun's light cast shadows from the terror and leave only truth visible. You didn't have me on the island 10 years ago. Those terrible events from a decade ago have a link to the tragedy of last night? I investigated at the behest of One Last Kiss. Who was One Last Kiss? The ghost of Grace Bloodlines. She's on the island. The ghost of a murder victim 10 years ago is on the island?
You happy with your truth?
Is that so hard to believe, Judge? You prove you are who you say you are. Haunted complex crescent, drifting sands satellite. Confirmation. Grace Bloodlines, unique blood code.
Got it.
One Last Kiss asked me to find her resting spot. I unlocked her blood vial, and she confirmed the code independently. It's so nice to see everyone again. What do you have to do with the murder last night?
Investigator.
I was murdered 10 years ago, allegedly by Henry, who everyone here would have you believe is a council murderer.
Aren't you paying
It makes you
attention,
think, doesn't it?
investigator?
What if the two are linked? One Last Kiss asked me to investigate her murder. She believes there's more to it than the official version of events. You suspect her? No, I believe she's a victim in all this. Well done, investigator. You've seen the truth clearly. Paradise gets even more bizarre. The trials continue. Lady Love dies. Drive us along the highway of truth. Here we go.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
I believe Carmelina was the architect of her murder. This is nonsense. You have no evidence.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. I found a photo of Grace's body that had been excluded from the report. It was hidden on the barracks server. It showed the strangle marks on Grace's neck. Doomjazz took a look at it and suggested that they were done by someone that wore a wedding ring.
Crime cannot hide.
Carmelina wore a wedding ring at the time when Grace was killed. I suspect Carmelina killed Grace and Henry didn't step up and do it for her.
Craft is its own reward.
This is tenuous, isn't it? Anything could have caused that mark, couldn't it? Doctor,
I'm a professional.
it's my firm opinion that this was done by a ring worn on the wedding ring finger. Bruising can contain very detailed
This
information.
is nonsense.
Preposterous. The doctor would say anything to a pretty
The
face.
island is about to
Back
end.
off, architect.
I am the leader.
Leader. We'll see about that. Why would Architect Carmelina have killed
Don't
Grace?
test me.
Yuri gave Henry demonology books. Henry was being set up to end the island and possibly be scapegoated for the murder of the council.
Sure.
A dead exorcist means that the demon in Henry would still be around and useful when the time came to pin the blame on someone for last night. When Henry didn't kill Grace Bloodlines, Akiko stepped in and framed Henry, giving him a history of murder. This sounds like a conspiracy, investigator. I believe so, Judge. Very well.
What?
Absolutely not. This is a farce. Hold your tongue in the halls of justice.
Show me your truth.
When Henry was arrested, Grace was meeting with Carmelina. Carmelina requested to accompany Grace on the exorcism. This is unusual as it would place Carmelina in an unnecessary amount of danger. It may be unusual, but it doesn't prove she's the
We
perpetrator.
have achieved perfection.
Of course it doesn't. It may have placed me in danger, but the pursuit of knowledge sometimes requires risk.
Show me your truth.
While Grace and Carmelina were en route to Henry, Carmelina sent a message to Akiko. She instructed her to leave Henry and Grace alone together. The message was intercepted before it was scrubbed from the server. Carmelina forgot to use encryption. Architect?
Craft is its own
I have no
reward.
recollection of this. It sounds like a fabrication.
Show me your truth.
That's all I have. You're presented a veritable treasure trove of facts. I have considered your truth.
The court finds Carmelina guilty.
Grace Bloodlines was murdered by the hand of the architect. So this is the truth. Thank you for your work, investigator.
This is nonsense.
What? How dare you?
How dare you?
This is nonsense. This trial is over.
Do your job.
Henry will be executed and the freak will be sent back to the Idle Lands. This is my courtroom. I am justice incarnate. You do not have the authority to end the trials. If been found guilty, you will receive your punishment. The trials continue. Let's keep going from this point. Very well, we will continue. Who killed the Holy Seal Marshals? Last night, the talon hand of death reached out for the first Holy Seal guards. They were butchered at their post. Who snatched a life from them? Was it the accused, or is there another truth skulking on the periphery of our knowledge? They were elite marshals and gave their lives guarding our beloved council. How were they killed and why?
Got it.
I have reason to believe the killer may not have breached the seals last night. There's evidence that points to one or more killers breaching the seals and playing the tools for murder 2 days ago. What about the murdered guards? They were murdered last night, but their murder may not be tied to the actual murder of the council.
Fine is
They'll show you I will show you the truth. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. The knives are the key. I mean, it can only, like, the only real link are the prisoners. She has a damaged sword, but Lydia also has a damaged knife. The kills upstairs in the penthouse were clean. That was Deno Degate. Yeah, I'm saying Akiko again.
Is this a fact?
The Grand Marshal holds the answers. You're out of your mind. You dare accuse me of murdering my own marshals?
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth.
Got it.
The guards were killed with a damaged blade. A damaged blade? The lacerations on their throat were ragged. This indicates a blade with nicks or damage would have caused them. Akiko's sword is battle damage and would have caused the messy lacerations on the victims. Akiko staged a guard murder and scapegoated Henry. This fits with her plan of faking Henry's escape. What's the grand plan, Love
I
Dies?
have a bad feeling
We've got more
about
case
this.
files to go, Judge. What about the blade Henry was found
I
with?
have a bad feeling
Henry's blade
about
was a
this.
new perfect blade. It doesn't have a serrated edge. It wouldn't have made a ragged cut.
The facts and the
Akiko
truth
staged a
are
guard
not
murder
the
and
same.
scapegoated Henry.
Don't test me.
She made a mistake or got too cocky, though, and didn't use the right blade to kill the guards. Do you have anything else?
Show me your truth.
Akiko's alibi has been broken.
Show me your truth.
They're not your marshals. Now expect a glint of truth in the riverbed of mystery.
Don't
The dead
test
bodies at the
me.
first seal aren't marshals. That's a lie, Nonora Chito. Where are the real marshals?
I don't like this.
My suspicion is somewhere in the barracks. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? Grand Marshal, this is a courtroom. Keep your language in
I
check.
have
A blood sample from the
feeling
dead
about
guards
this.
doesn't match any records for the marshals. She's lying. Her little PDA got it wrong. Did Starlight get it wrong? Is this really the truth?
Love dies.
This is the truth,
All
Judge.
that
The blood
remains
doesn't
are
match.
the
Those
facts.
bodies are not marshals. Did you run a DNA test on the bodies?
don't
No.
like
Dr.
this.
Doomjazz told me that the server containing the necessary DNA files has been corrupted. Is this true?
Oh.
Yes, Judge. My system's automated backup failed. I checked the one on the moon, and that has corrupted as well. Can we recover the data? The only people that can are on the next island, and we're in lockdown. You suspect foul play? There's no way to tell. Troubling. Carry on, investigator.
Crime is repulsive.
Akiko refused to let Doomjazz examine the bodies. Why? She didn't want to dishonor their sacrifice. This is a break in procedure. They gave their lives in service. Their bodies should not be desecrated by an examination.
The facts and the
I believe she was
truth
trying to
are
hide
not
that the
same.
blood didn't match. Why?
When love dies,
Akiko is in a
all that
relationship with Captain
remains are
Voth,
the facts.
who was stationed at the first seal last night. Don't you dare say his name, Nonora Chito. Do not dishonor him with your lies. How do you know this, Love Dies? Crimson testified to it. Miss Acid?
Be coy.
I can't divulge my sources, but it's true.
Paradise feels wrong.
Relationships between the Grand Marshal and her troops are expressly forbidden. Dr. Doomjazz testified that the council had found out about her relationships with her troops. You really can't keep anything to yourself if you see a bit of leg, can you?
You've got this wrong.
I'm sorry, Akiko. I never thought you were involved with any of this. I'm duty bound to aid an investigation. Did it work? Did it get you laid? Enough. Now taint the sanctity of this church of truth.
Don't like
Ais
this.
Kiwami told him that the council were going to strip her of her authority on the next island. If Akiko knew this, it would give her a motive to kill the council. Soldiers are sworn to give their lives in service. As their commander, I didn't take the honor of a glorious death from them. Then why did you switch the bodies? The bodies weren't switched. You made this up. Can you prove the bodies weren't switched, Grand Marshal? There are records in the barracks. Judge, the barracks have become Akiko's own private fiefdom. The marshals are not loyal to the syndicate or the gods. They're loyal to her. Any proof she can magic up from the barracks can't be trusted. I agree with you, investigator. Akiko didn't want her troops to die. She knew about the murder and switched them. Can you prove that? Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks prison. Do you have proof they are murder guards? No, but they are unaccounted for. They were never logged back into the prison after being removed. Can't even make up a convincing story for her lie. The maintenance shed near the council building shows signs of habitation. There are drag marks and human waste inside.
Crime is repulsive.
Akiko stored them in there and switched them out when the time came. Do you have anything else?
Show me your truth.
Paradise feels
Akiko staged a guard murder and scapegoated Henry. She has a previous conviction. Why else would she have aided his escape?
Show me your truth.
I have nothing to present. Good work, Love Dies. The truth in this case file sparkles brilliantly. Again.
crime cannot hide.
Got anything to say about this one, Akiko?
Minorochito!
I was ordered to kill my troops. I would never do that. Bonds born on the battlefield cannot be broken.
How dare you? This is nonsense.
She's lying. I switched the guards out for prisoners and killed the fakes. Why didn't you admit to it when you told us about the rest of your involvement?
Minorochito!
Are you stupid, Tafa? Before all of this, I was a soldier. I will be a soldier until I die. Soldiers already see their mission through. I was not going to have my name further tarnished if you hadn't got the evidence. I'll be executed regardless. Soldiers must maintain their dignity no matter what. The truth becomes clearer. KHX is missing. The Syndicate's master craftsman and designer of the second holy seal that protects the council. He hasn't been seen for Our craftsman KHX is missing. Was he the victim of a crafted tragedy? He disappeared a number of days ago. Strange for a Syndicate member, but suspicious because he crafted the second holy seal. Did someone try to obtain the secret from him? Investigator, do you know what happened to KHX? He's dead, lying on the rocks on the coast of the island. Dead? The fangs of death grip this island so tightly. How could this happen? Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. The main links we have are Crimson and Yuri. Nobody else. No. I mean, yeah. KHX was working on Akiko's necklace, but that's it. I mean, KHX would have done anything for Crimson, though. He loved Crimson. He loved Crimson. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in her grand scheme, like, KHX wouldn't be good to Crimson dead. Yep.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
I believe Yuri's behind the disappearance. Want to save me some trouble here and cooperate, Yuri? I'm not going down without a fight, freak. You need to prove it.
Show me your truth.
KHX's dead body was clutching Yuri's ring. How do you know it belongs to Yuri? Lydia confirmed it. Yuri apparently lost it. In this case, he lost it in the hand of a murder victim. KHX had it in a death grip. I believe he pulled it off in the struggle when he knew he was going to die. He held onto it in death to give us a clue.
Insufferable.
Someone's trying to frame me. They stole my ring and planted it at the scene. In a death grip? Is there any evidence that the ring had been planted? None. The fist was gripping it tightly. If it had been planted, it would have been done before rigor mortis sets in.
Vile
You
insect.
people are out of your minds. This wasn't me.
Show me your truth.
There are drag marks leading away from KHX's workshop. I believe Yuri killed them to get the key to the second seal and tried to hide his body. Those could have come from anywhere. This is a farce.
Show me your truth.
Yuri shut down the boat rides around the island on the same day that KHX went missing.
I don't like this.
Yuri picked a bad place to dump the body and needed to make sure it wouldn't be found. Yuri,
Better.
shutting down the boats is one of my duties. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Is this a fact
Why do it early?
or a truth?
Who cares about the boats? They're only there for citizens to try and block out the mundanity of their existence for a few minutes. I shut them down early, so what? I was just getting work done.
Show me your truth.
That's it. The truth shines like the moon on a cloudless night. Was this part of your orders as well, Yuri?
You know
Fine.
who I am?
I got the key for the second seal for her. KHX was an unfortunate casualty.
We have achieved perfection.
This is the ravings of someone deceived by a god that's been caught out. We'll get to you later. I love it. And you got it by force?
Don't make me
It wasn't
laugh.
supposed to be like that. I offered him a council seat, helped him turn. We fought and I smashed him with the tool he had lying around. How'd you get the key from him?
Pretty-
His laptop was unlocked. It wasn't hard to find.
You got nothing
I copied the
on me.
file, dumped his body, and left.
It is cowardly to
Nonsense.
insinuate, investigator.
I've considered your truth.
The court finds Yuri guilty.
Damn, they want these second bullets, man. Nope, we're going on. The second Holy Seal. The second Holy Seal protecting the council has something to do with the obelisk on the beach, revealing the answer to something in space. Lady Lovedyes, what is the second Holy Seal and how was it breached? Take us for a holiday to the land of truth. Let us sip cocktails of facts on the beach of justice.
Got it.
With the help of KHX, the council constructed a puzzle-based monument system on a plateau on a desolate planet outside of our solar system. The door in the council building acts as a portal to this antique part of
The
space.
investigator.
The obelisk on the
is
beach provide the solution to the puzzle and are activated using KHX's key. Or Starlight. The key carries a protocol which handshakes with the obelisk nightmare computer. Starlight can crack it. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. I love how Lydia has a bunch of evidence. What's going on, Britt? How you doing? I think Yuri's going for a third bullet. Ooh, new job. She also has a space helmet. But the pedals place Yuri in Syndicate HQ. Yeah, like the pedals outside the second Holy Seal, and then the pedals up on the penthouse.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
I believe that Yuri had a plan to get through the seal.
What business is
I
it
thought
of
you were supposed to
yours?
be an investigation freak. You got nothing on me. Yuri was found guilty of KHX's murder, and KHX created the second seal. But I need more than that. Do you have any evidence of him going through the second seal?
Show me your truth.
I can break Yuri's alibi. Tell me about Yuri's alibi. He claims he was in the celebratory gardens directing the fairy woman. The architect said that he saw him earlier in the evening as he left to perform his duties. Do you have anything that contradicts
Is
this?
this a fact?
Lydia told me that Yuri
or
was
a
unreachable
truth?
for a period of time around the time of the murder.
Don't
Yuri
test
claims that a
me.
byproduct of the burst from the reality that's a byproduct of the burst from the reality folding drive. There have been instances of
Is
that.
this a fact?
At the precise time when the
Or
entire
a
council
truth?
were murdered, a troubling coincidence that points to a truth.
I have been chosen.
Coincidence proves nothing.
Crime cannot hide.
It doesn't have to. All I have to show is that there's a gap in your alibi. Gaps breed possibility. There is a possibility that you weren't where you say you were. The alibi relies on an improvable coincidence. There were no other reports of communications blackouts. Mass occurrences of them are extremely rare. The court agrees. Yuri Knight's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
The facts
The
and
nightmare
truth
computer
are
attached to
not
the
the
obelisk
same.
showed that Yuri accessed it. This means he knows the secret of the second Holy Seal and had the data key from KHX.
Worthless.
That doesn't prove anything, freak. It doesn't mean I went through the seal. He's right.
Show me your truth.
Yuri slipped up under questioning and admitted to knowing the details about the second seal, something he'd only know if he went through the seal. Just using the obelisk doesn't mean you would know what's on the other side of the door in the council building. You would have to step through to find out. That doesn't prove he was there last night. It doesn't prove that he used the key. Someone could have told him what the inside of the second seal looks like.
Show me your truth.
Got it.
The council had to traverse the plateau in space and use astronaut helmets to do so. One had been discarded outside the entrance to the second seal.
Crime is
The same pink petals that Yuri wears in his hat were found in the same spot.
What are you talking about?
Is this a joke? Petals? Is that all you got, freak?
Show me your truth. The court finds Yuri guilty.
Crime cannot
Was this part of
hide.
your orders, Yuri?
When love
Does this have
dies,
anything to do with
all
Carmelina's
that
child?
remains are the facts.
What child? We'll get to that.
I have a bad feeling.
The truth
about
lies within
this.
her alibi. You need to disprove Carmelina's alibi, investigator.
I am the leader.
I had nothing to do with the dreadful events of last night. I was at Witness's apartment all night until we were summoned by Judge for the crisis meeting. That's true. The building logs confirm her entry at 9 p.m. and her exit after the murder. Are you able to disprove it? Witness stepped out onto his balcony for 5 minutes to take a call from Akiko. Carmelina was unaccounted for in those 5 minutes. It takes more than 5 minutes to get to the council building, commit a crime, and return, doesn't it? Nah. And the building logs would have registered her returning.
Sorry.
That's true.
Is this a fact?
When Carmelina architected the island, she constructed a network of transdimensional corridors that allow her to move across the island in an instant.
How dare you?
That's absolute nonsense. Secret transdimensional corridors? Are you serious? Is the truth really hiding in these bizarre facts? I found Carmelina's son in a hidden vault on the mountain. His name was Dana Nagate, and he gave me this key which unlocks the
Don't
corridors.
test me.
From this vault, the corridors connect to Witness's apartment and the council building.
When love dies.
In the 5 minutes
all that
Witness was out on his balcony
remains
taking a
are the
call,
facts.
Carmelina could have used the corridor to get to the council building. This is a shocking revelation. Can you prove it? Starlight can verify my movements. User LLD traveled between the exits of the corridors in 0.021% of the time it would have taken on foot.
This is nonsense.
This is all a lie the investigator cooked up. I verified Starlight's data. This Lady Love Dies is telling the truth. Why not create a corridor straight into the
Don't
penthouse?
test me.
I don't believe you can make a corridor if you don't know the destination. Carmelina has never been to the penthouse, so she couldn't make a corridor to it. There's a corridor leading from outside the penthouse back to Dana Nagate's vault. I believe he inherited his mother's power to make corridors, escape back to his room by making a corridor. Never expected anything like this, Love Dies. Carmelina had a window of opportunity and used it to travel via her secret corridors, hit Dano Nagate, deposit him at the council building. Carmelina went into isolation 25 years ago. Why? No one knows.
Paradise.
She
feels
claimed it was to
wrong.
work on a new project, but no one in the syndicate ever saw what the result was. I think she had a child in secret. Who's the father? Ais Kawami. He and Dano Nagate had the same blood. Had? Ais took his own life years ago. Dano Nagate killed himself when I found him. Why? We'll get to that later, Judge. It sounds like a conspiracy. Architect Carmelina's alibi is broken. I took Carmelina's pet killer through the seal.
I have a bad
You took Dana
feeling
Nagate through the
about
seal?
him.
And the rest of the seals. I delivered the killer to the penthouse. Can you prove that? I'm going down anyway. The third seal is a blood lock. Dana Nagate has council blood. Ais Kawami. You got yourself a killer that can bypass the seal.
Is this a fact
And the fourth seal?
or a truth?
You need to have godliness for that one. She took godflesh from Crying Grudge and fused it to Dana Nagate. The barrier opened right up.
What?
I did no such thing.
Got it.
What happened after that? The kid was supposed to kill everyone and the second seal would leave him locked in the penthouse. I waited for him to finish. The council were just coming out of their meditation, so they should have all gone down easily. Then I heard gunshots and the kid came limping out, created some kind of magic portal in the wall and disappeared. You're suddenly cooperative.
I will be on the next
I've been
council.
played. Carmelina messed up and now I'm gonna get a bullet for it. Well, 3. If I'm going down, so's she. What about Henry? Was he part of the plan? Of course, he was a scapegoat. Except to look like the killer years ago. What about the blood in Henry's stomach? After the kid disappeared, I went to get the blood from the council. I bottled it and made Henry drink it outside. It was supposed to be perfect cover. I only grabbed a bit of blood. It was everywhere. I don't know what it was, but there was something weird in the shadows of that room. Yuri has confessed and Henry's alibi is broken.
Is this a fact?
Anything
or a
to say,
truth?
Carmelina?
I am the
You
leader.
sniveling little servants. I'm trying to achieve perfection. I created perfect 25.
You have no evidence.
This is how you repay me? You all make me sick. You turn each other as soon as it aids you.
When love dies.
Did you create
all that
a
remains
child
are
that killed the
facts.
council? Don't dare to accuse me, freak. I have nothing to say to you. Well, Everybody gets really chatty when they're about to get a bullet in the head, or two, or three, possibly four. Possibly four. Who knows? Lady Love dies. Nah. Very well. We will continue. Who opened the third seal? The third seal is a blood lock coded to the blood of the council members. I need to find out who opened the lock the night of the murder. Someone breached the third holy seal and took a step away from innocence towards crime. Please bring us a meal of truth so that we may gorge on justice. Lady Love dies. What is the third seal? A blood lock that's coded to council members. To get through it, you either need council blood in your body or a sample to trick the lock. Yuri's already given us a confession. He says he took Dena Nagate through the seals. Yuri already has a death sentence for his part in the second seal. Dena Nagate is already dead. Do you believe there's more going on here? We were just told it. True. But somebody else went through the third seal. Mm-hmm. 2 days prior. Sam slipped up under questioning. He knew I was asking about the third seal when I mentioned the blood lock. You're right, board. We need to answer the question it's asking. But, okay, but I'll hear it. We knew he went through. Yuri confirmed that. We're saying someone else went through. Yes. Okay. The verbiage is giving me right now. The third seal is a blood lock coded to the blood of council members. I need to find out who opened the lock on the night of the murder. Yeah, I wish I saved now. I wish I saved now.
Crime cannot hide.
Show me your truth.
You're convinced that he took Dano Nagate through the seals.
Show me your truth. Show me your truth. Show me your truth.
Before he killed himself, Dano Nagate told me he killed the council. To kill the council, he would have needed to get through the seals.
Show me your truth.
Dano Nagate's blood had been used on the third seal lock. The blood lock registered his blood last night.
Show me your truth.
Henry's blood was logged on the blood lock, but this was clearly planted. That doesn't prove he went through the lock. Judge, I think you and I both know that this is bigger than Henry. He's being scapegoated. The truths are strange on this island. I mean, who's gonna rebut a dead person? There's really no way you can, I mean, you can, but who's gonna rebut Dano Nagate when he's not here? He can't rebut himself.
The court finds Dino Nagate guilty.
The court also finds Yuri Knight guilty for his involvement. Hey, you got that fourth bullet.
Getting saved.
Who breached the fourth holy seal? The fourth holy seal requires godliness to get through. I need to find out how someone tricked the seal. The fourth holy seal lies deep within a dense fog of abstruse mysteries that this island has to offer. Lady Love dies. What is the fourth holy seal? It requires godliness to pass through. Godliness? How did council pass through
Don't
it?
test me.
Montserrat owned a piece of Prime Grudge's flesh and a pendant that would allow him to open the seal. This means the council can only enter with Montserrat. Yuri's already given us a confession. He says he took Dano Nagate through the seals. Yuri already has a death sentence for his part in the second seal. Dano Nagate is already dead. Do you believe there's more going on here? Yes.
The
Yes.
facts and the truth are not the same.
Someone else went through the seal. Yuri has testified that Henry was set up as a scapegoat. Will this change your truth? Who breached the fourth seal and found themselves at the scene of carnage? Yeah, we have to account the demon in the penthouse. What's going on, Coded? How you doing? Yeah, it's been a minute. How you been?
Crime is repulsive.
I believe witness is the one who went through the seal. Heresy.
Show me.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth.
The facts and the truth.
I went to see Crying
are not the
Grudge. He told
same.
me that witness carved a lump of his flesh off. I believe he went through the seal using that lump of flesh. A god was defiled? What is this heresy?
Sure.
Crying Grudge has some stories to tell. His flesh was used to breach the fourth holy seal. Unthinkable.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence.
Paradise feels.
Sam told me that the god flesh he had in his safe was being stored for witness who said it was for the good of the syndicate. Sam claims to not know what it was when he was given it. You blindly accepted god flesh, Mr. Daybreak?
Don't think so.
Witness is a holy man, isn't he? He's never been officially ordained. Holy shit. Literally. His heart is holy. He works for our gods, doesn't he? He's an old friend, isn't he? You always help old friends, don't you? The syndicate comes first.
Show me your truth.
What about Witness's alibi? Tell me about the alibi for Witness to the end. Witness and Carmelina were in Witness's apartment last night. She arrived at about 9 and they stayed there until summoned for the crisis meeting. While in his apartment, Witness received a call from Akiko to report Henry's escape. The apartment logs confirm his story. Witness interrupted his conversation with Carmelina to use his phone at midnight. How is that relevant? That was the time when the council were murdered. I believe this is relevant later. Do you have anything that contradicts his alibi? Nothing. I don't believe he left his apartment last night. Very well. His alibi is unbroken. You can't prove that he went through the seal.
The facts and the
But
truth
what if he
are
went through it
not
before the
same.
crime to set up the crime? You can't prove that either. If you believe Witness is guilty of murdering the council, you can try to prove that in that trial, not this one. Yuri already confessed to taking down Nagate through the seals. A truth is revealed.
The court finds Yuri and Dainon Igate guilty.
No. This is what I was referring to. Demonic invasions occur in most islands and the marshals hunt the demons down. What the hell is this one doing inside the council penthouse? Lady Love Dies. You have a case file about a killer demon inside the penthouse. The truths in play grow bizarre like an old tree grows gnarled. A killer demon? What killer demon?
I don't like this.
I found a killer demon inside the council penthouse. There aren't supposed to be any demons on the island. Killer demon in the council penthouse? What was it doing there? It has the blood of several council members on its claws. It was involved in the murder of the council. It appears that it burst out of a hidden security crate and attacked the council. How did it die? Montserrat shot it during the murder. There was a Fukata bullet that came from Montserrat's gun in the killer demon's head. Dark deduction of the dead demon's destruction is for another case file. The truth about where it came from must be dredged from the swamp of mystery first. How you doing, Jay? I mean, yeah.
Crime is repulsive.
The righteous man transgressed, witnesses the origin of the killer demon.
Gods are watching us.
I am a holy man, not a sinner.
Don't
I found the killer
test me.
demon along with a demonic containment crate in the penthouse. Demonic containment crate? It's some kind of incarceration device that imprisons a demon with holy restraints. There are bindings and manacles covered in holy wards. These restrained the killer demon and kept it contained. Why? It was likely placed there ahead of time as a means to kill the council.
Show me your truth.
Crime cannot hide.
There's a secret demonology lab hidden within the dead zone. The lock on it is coded to Witness's blood vial.
What?
As an old panic room, I never used it for demonology. Someone planted that
I have a
evidence.
bad feeling.
That
about
lab has the
this.
same crates as the one in the penthouse. During the extermination 10 years ago, what ninja managed to capture a killer demon and contain it?
Blasphemy!
A heretical accusation. How could I have done that? There's a tunnel running from Sam's bar to the dead zone. Witness have been seen using it to access the dead zone.
The gods are displeased.
Seen by who? A sinner that would besmirch the name of a holy man?
Show me your truth.
Crime.
Carmelina
cannot
confessed to me
hide.
that Witness maintained a secret demonology lab on the island in an abandoned bunker.
Surely this is
Lies, lies, lies. You lie. You lie. You lie.
Are the gods
This is a persecution of the holy.
Is.
Show me your truth.
When love dies.
Last night at
all
midnight,
that
Witness made a
remains
phone
are
call
the
to an
facts.
unknown number. That number matches the number on a receiver attached to the demonic containment crate inside the
Don't
penthouse.
test me.
The receiver was designed to open a crate when it received the call. This would let the killer demon out, presumably to attack the council.
What?
A ridiculous accusation. Why would I want to release a killer demon? Demons are abominations.
Crime cannot
Why not
hide.
explain how the phone number you dialed matches the receiver?
This island is
I can't
full
explain
of
the lie
sinners.
fabricated by a sinner. Can you prove this accusation? I verified the data by using Witness's personal phone in a comms tower. He made the call and the receiver picked up, unlocking the demonic containment
I
crate.
am still based.
Lies.
Show me your
Present
truth.
your evidence. That's it. But how did the crate get into the
I
penthouse?
don't like
We'll come to that
this.
later. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth
The
proves.
court finds witness to the end guilty.
You have overseen so many wonderful islands. Why turn your back on us now?
Surely this is a joke.
Such is the burden of a martyr. You may think of me as a sinner, but I work for a holy
This
purpose.
island is full
You've
of
all strayed from the
sinners.
path, and the gods weep.
Crime is repulsive.
Hope they weep for you as well. What was the play here? The killer demon was placed in the penthouse as a remote weapon. The security crate was hidden in the room. When the killer demon was released, it attacked everyone in the room on sight. It sounds risky. I don't know if it was meant to kill all the council. Just the presence of the killer demon would be enough to scare the council. A dreadful truth.
Witnesses conspiracy.
There's evidence pointing to Witness masterminding a conspiracy to kill the council. There's a new bullet. Last night, the council were murdered as they birthed the next island through meditation. Was the power play or killing for kicks? Who did it and why? The crime to end all crimes, the murder in the night, the paradise killer. Who killed the council? The truth has aged like a fine whiskey. How does whiskey on this island taste? Pour us a glass of truth that we may sip upon a vintage blend of justice. I hate you, Judge. I'm gonna sip on my blend of justice too. It's called Lagavulin 16.
I'll be right back.
Let's sip on some justice. Justice smells good, man. Justice has a peaty, smoky aftertaste. I want to know who held the knife. If a killer was set up by a mastermind, we'll deal with that later. I want to know who gripped the knife a knife of murder in their palm of guilt. I mean, we all know it was done in Nagate.
Paradise feels wrong.
Dana Nagate is the Paradise Killer.
Show me your truth.
Before he killed himself, Dana Nagate told me he killed the council. He was given this mission by his mother, Carmelina. She engineered a killer. His room is bare besides nice combat training equipment.
Do your job.
These trials are over. This is a big lie. No, it isn't. Dana Nagate confessed everything.
Show me your truth.
Paradise feels
I found a knife
wrong.
covered in the council's blood on Dana Nagate's corpse. The lacerations match his blade. All the wounds on the victim are clean. The victims were sliced apart with fatal wounds. Dana Nagate moved quickly and cleanly. The penthouse is covered in blood. He hit major arteries, disemboweled victims, and carved his way through the room. The council were coming out of meditation. He struck them when they could barely fight back.
Show me your truth.
Crime is
Dana Nagate's blood is at the scene. He was shot by Montserrat and left blood splatter in the penthouse. This proves that he got through the seals. Leader Montserrat shot him? Presumably in self-defense. Dana Nagate attacked as the council's meditation finished. Montserrat was attacked, but as he fired his gun, wounding Dana Nagate. Montserrat was growing paranoid. One of the manifestations of this seems to be carrying a weapon. I believe Leader Montserrat was the most awake while the others were still coming around from their meditation. Dana Nagate got to him, but as he attacked, Montserrat shot. Dana Nagate fled after the bullet went through him.
Show me your truth.
Got it.
Dana Nagate fled bleeding, his blood outside the penthouse. He created a transdimensional corridor and escaped back to his lair where I found him bleeding out. He had to have gone through the seals to get into the penthouse. Dana Nagate inherited his mother's power to create corridors. He's sloppy, but he can do it. He stumbled out of the penthouse and created a corridor to escape with. He was bleeding badly, and his blood trail led his route home, I guess. I believe you need to know the start and end points of a corridor when you create one. Carmelina couldn't create a corridor to the penthouse because the interior of the council building is a closely guarded secret. I don't think Carmelina knew Dana Nagate could create corridors. He was supposed to die in the locked room at the end of the island. Her plan was solid except for two wild cards: Dana Nagate's ability and my return from exile.
Show me your truth.
I have a bad feeling.
We know he
about
reached the
this.
fourth holy seal. I'm fairly certain he didn't just turn around and go home after making it to the entrance of the penthouse.
Show me your truth.
The secret killer is the truth.
The court finds Dine Onigate guilty.
Ghost bullet. The tendrils of conspiracy snake around us. Starlight has a case file that will help us chop back the tendrils, expose the truth hiding within. Review the evidence, investigator. Can you explain this conspiracy? Can you refine the truth from the ore of crime?
I don't like this.
I believe that Carmelina initiated a conspiracy to kill the council last night. She created Perfect 25 and wanted to make sure it was hers. Carmelina is being punished for her father's crimes. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council as part of its punishment. Crimson told me that Carmelina has put in a number of motions to join the council that have all been denied. She's a genius architect that helped the Syndicate birth a potentially perfect island. Does she feel she deserves a seat on the council?
The facts and the
She knows the
truth are
25th
not
island
the
will be
same.
perfect. Is she worried she won't get credit for it?
I don't like
Witness
this.
testified that he's worried Carmelina's changed. Maybe she expects more reward for her craft.
Is this a fact?
Carmelina had a
or
secret
a
child,
truth?
Dino Nigate. She kept him hidden in transdimensional corridors that she built with her skills as the architect.
Got it.
Dino Nigate's father was Eyes Kiwami. The council blood from his father would allow Dino Nigate to breach the bloodlock on the third seal.
Is this a fact or a truth?
Carmelina presumably learned that Henry had been fathered illegitimately by Eyes and kept the secret. That meant she could get a secret child as well.
Is this a fact?
When I found Dino Nigate, he told me his mission had been to kill the council. He had a knife slick with the blood of council members. He completed his mission. Dino Nigate would birth a new syndicate, dying for Carmelina's sins.
Mine is repulsive.
Carmelina took a lump of flesh from the god crying grudge to get through the fourth seal. She fused this to Dino Nigate's body.
Don't test me.
Yuri said he took Dino Nigate through the seals.
The facts and the truth.
Yuri confessed to being
are not
recruited
the
by
same.
Carmelina.
When love
Yuri's
dies,
guilty of going through the
all
second
that
seal.
remains are the facts. When love dies, all that
Yuri got the
remains
key to
are
the second
facts.
seal from KHX under orders from Carmelina. I believe Yuri helped Henry obtain forbidden books on demonology.
The facts and the truth.
If Henry
are
became
not
possessed
the
by a
same.
demon, it would initiate the end of the island and allow Carmelina's plan to be put in play.
I have a bad
Henry's
feeling
possession
about
called for an
this.
exorcism.
Paradise feels wrong.
Carmelina wanted Henry to kill Grace Bloodlines to give him a prior history of murder. When he didn't step up, Carmelina intervened and killed Grace herself.
I don't like this.
Demonically possessed citizen would be the perfect tool.
Crime cannot hide.
Carmelina recruited Akiko into her plan.
Crime is repulsive.
Akiko aided her by purposefully leaving Henry alone with Grace.
When love dies,
Akiko faked
all
Henry's
that
escape,
remains
putting a
are the
possible
facts.
killer into play.
Is this a fact?
Akiko knew the first
or
seal
a
marshals
truth?
would be killed and switched them to protect her beloved marshals.
Paradise feels
Carmelina's
wrong.
plan was achieved by using her transdimensional corridors.
Don't test
Her alibi looked
me.
perfect, but she knew Witness would leave the room when he got a call.
Got it.
She knew Akiko would call at the right time and use that opportunity to slip out of Witness's apartment, get Dino Nigate, and deliver her killer to the council building. Do you have anything to say, Architect?
Believe what you want.
You people would have nothing if it weren't for me.
You have no evidence.
All these islands that you drifted along on, all your tragic little lives, all given to you by me.
This is nonsense.
I facilitate the syndicate. I craft your homes.
What?
I have never been rewarded for my work. Never been on the council. Always living off to the side. Not even Perfect 25 got me the recognition I deserve. I don't expect the world. Just some kind of reward to show what I did was worth it. Was this worth it?
It is cowardly.
It would have been.
Investigator.
You shouldn't have been called down. I crafted the perfect
The
lie.
facts and the
How'd you
truth
know you'd be
are
made
not
leader?
the same.
You'd be made leader during the crisis.
Craft is its own
That's the
reward.
irony. I didn't. I didn't expect Justice Incarnate to reverse the law and make me leader. So what was the play on the next island?
How dare
When the
you?
chips are down, everyone in the syndicate is a coward and a sycophant. Or a sycophant. You all want your little bits of power and for your little lives to carry on ticking
I
by.
beg your pardon.
Next council would be scared. All seniority would be gone and I would be the one that had crafted Perfect 25. I'd make sure I had the throne.
How dare
My
you?
father was a victim, but treated like a criminal. He was executed by a coward. People never appreciate what others do for you.
When love dies, all that remains are
The Grand Marshal would give you a loyal army to make sure of
Is
it.
this a fact? Or
The
a
plan
truth?
failed. The truth is known. You arrogantly believed everyone would believe Henry, a citizen, was capable of breaching the Holy Seals, murdering the Council. Justice is immune to arrogance. A hideous, heinous truth. A vile truth. Architect, you have been found guilty of conspiring to kill the Council. Your punishment is death. The Onyxian claws of conspiracy tear at the flesh of this island. I can feel the dreadful shadow of this conspiracy looming over us. Can you explain this conspiracy? Review the evidence, investigator.
The facts and the truth
I believe that
are
witness
not the
initiated a
same.
conspiracy to kill the Council last night. Witness has become a fanatic. He had radicalized himself as a devoted servant of the gods.
Don't test me.
He believes the Syndicate has strayed from the holy mission, and I believe he wanted to put the fear of God in
I
us.
have a bad feeling.
Montserrat
about
was
this.
devolving into paranoia and was becoming a dictator. Witness has repeatedly voiced his opposition to Montserrat's plans for the next island. Witness took matters into his own hands. Carmelian told me about Witness becoming rebellious against Montserrat's plans.
I have a bad feeling about
Witness
this.
openly rejected Montserrat's plans to wipe certain events from history and tighten his grip over Syndicate members.
Crime is repulsive.
Witness has become obsessed with the idea of a cleansing tide of demons. Like the ancient Great Flood, he wants the Syndicate to be forced to start again.
Paradise feels
The key to
wrong.
Witness's plan was planting a killer demon inside the Council penthouse. That demon would kill the Council and he'd get away with it. Witness made a call at midnight to a demonic containment crate that had been hidden in the penthouse, unlocking it remotely and allowing it to start its attack. Witness had been experimenting in demonology in a secret bunker within the Dead Zone. He imprisoned the killer demon and later weaponized it. Sam has a secret tunnel running from his bar to the Dead Zone. Witness used that to subvert the security on the Dead Zone and get in.
Don't test me.
I don't know how Witness got the crate in into the penthouse. For the fourth seal, Witness took Godflesh from Crying Grudge to bypass the barrier.
Crime cannot.
Sam has the
hide.
Godflesh in his bar. He presumably used it to get through the fourth seal. The plan isn't foolproof. There were too many variables. Hitting your hopes on a wild killer demon and believing it wouldn't be traced back to you is foolish. No doubt the intention was a scare tactic more than anything else. Put the fear of the gods into the Council to enact change. You used the killer demon as the messenger of angry gods to reshape the Syndicate. The plan didn't have to be perfect to get what you wanted. All you needed was a catalyst for change. On a day of horrible truths, this one is the worst. Why, Witness?
Sin is the law and the skin.
I'm surrounded by sin and heresy. You're all focused on the islands and your own little ambitions.
I am still bathed
What about the
in glory
gods?
of the gods.
What about our holy mission? All but one of the pyramids sit empty, and we have existed for a millennia.
Blasphemy!
We are an embarrassment to the gods. The Syndicate needed rebuilding, and you would be the one to do it?
I am still bathed in
The who
glory
is
of the
irrelevant.
gods.
More important is why and how.
The gods are radiant.
Reestablish the priority in our faith. Resume our holy mission. Bathe in the radiance of our
I am
gods.
still bathed
I must
in the
die a
glory
martyr.
of the gods.
I tried. I really tried to do the work of our astral lords.
Endless heresy on
I
this
wasn't
island.
enough though. The sin on this island was too great. I hope heaven is everything you want it to be. Witness to the end. You are found guilty of conspiring to kill the Council. The punishment is death. The Parlor of Justice is played host to the truths of the investigator. Were the truths as expected? Did esoteric knowledge reveal the truth, or did it remain hidden in mystery? The investigator will become executioner and will execute justice. Grand Marshal Akiko 14, The verdict is okay. Architect Carmelina. The verdict is Crimson Acid. The verdict is Dr. Doomjazz. The verdict is the accused Henry Division. The verdict is the fairy woman Lydia Daybreak. The verdict is Sam Daybreak. The verdict is Witness to the End. The verdict is Secretary Yuri Knight. The verdict is the Unforgiving Spectre. One Last Kiss. The verdict is the hidden killer down in Nagate. Are we really gonna execute a dead body? The bizarre killer demon. Okay, I'm glad we didn't. What? He had proven that Henry had nothing to do with the crime to end all crimes. He was nothing more than a pawn in a dreadful game of murder and secrecy. You have earned the title of Grand Investigator. Your weapon is unlocked. On the next island, you will reform the Paradise Psycho Unit. Island 24 is about to die. Island 25 waits for us. What kind of island will it be? Are you happy with your truths? Did you get the convictions you wanted? You entered a battle with the facts, the truths, and the suspects. Did you emerge victorious? This courtroom could only allow so many truths to emerge from their hiding places. Are there more to hunt? If you believe that things are not as they seem, there's still a way to punish the guilty. Grand Investigator Lady Love dies. I will leave you to execute justice at your discretion. Punish those that you deem guilty. Execution or exile are viable punishments. You may also let them go free. Please work for the best interests of Perfect 25.
It's time for justice.
When you are ready to wave goodbye to Island 24, do so from the rearview mirror of Lydia's car. The car will take you through the Paradise Gates and the Perfect 25. Use it at your discretion. Those of you which have not been found guilty of destroying Paradise may leave and wrap up your business before we move to Perfect 25. A marshal shall take Henry back to his cell. Marshals will clear away the executed. They will not be remembered. They will not be honored. She completed the job. Was there more to do? The investigator always trusted her heart. She would decide if Paradise had been saved. We're on Perfect 25, so it must have been saved. Saved isn't a binary state. Solving a crime doesn't mean the world is fixed. That's scary. It is. I hope she knew what she was doing. I'm sure she did. This is Lady Love Dies we're talking about. Paradise is indebted to you. No matter what truth you made, you believed in Paradise. I hope that we will never have to work together again. I hope that crime can be eradicated and Paradise can be perfect. This is an unrealistic dream. Crimes infect every society. You're right. The Syndicate's way of governing is flawed. It always will be. I look forward to working with you again. Truth will always need an investigator and a judge. When you have finished executing justice, please move on to the next island.
Game saved.
At this point, is it really necessary? We're gonna talk to people and see. I didn't consider you a suspect in the crime to end all crimes because I didn't think you had enough of a physical form to use a weapon, but you've broken these controls. Standard investigation practice, Love Dies. It's always the one you least suspect. Let me kick it to you straight. Did I make a mistake? Has this whole thing been a lie? Did you kill a council? Are you a moron? There's a huge difference between petty vandalism and mass murder. All to do here was maintain a physical for long enough to take a piss on some electrics. That's a bit different from breaching all those seals and taking a knife to all the council. What's a demon that can barely maintain a physical form need to take a piss? Now you're asking the big questions. Finally doing some real investigating. I'm not telling you.
Mystery awaits.
Are you happy with your truths? As happy as I can be. Hard to be happy in the shadow of crime. That's all anyone can ask, I suppose. I hope you enjoyed this investigation. My time on this island is at an end.
Enjoy Perfect Van Sank, investigator.
If you can. And break Lydia's poor heart? Why would I do that?
What the hell?
You sunk your boat.
Wonderful.
Always do, Love Dies. Send the old girl off at the end of an island.
Indeed.
Time to move on. Fresh start. Embrace the future.
My favorite
Are you looking forward to the
investigator.
future, Love Dies?
Don't.
Something's still wrong here. I can feel it.
Theoretically.
I'll have a new yacht that needs christening, Love Dies. I'll keep that in mind.
Indeed.
You can still kill them if you want to, yes. Did you try using this jet ski? Don't answer that. I really don't care. I managed to get it to the top of the pyramid and back. Not sure I could do that again, though. Laters. Oh, yeah. Ah, boo. She's dead. I killed her myself. Well, we gotta go see Crimson. I guess since we're here. Yeah, she's got her old job back and she's got her unit back as well. So, of course, she gets all the rights of her gun.
What do you want, freak?
By executing Akiko, you've destroyed any hope of Perfect 25. At least try to redeem yourself by executing the true murderer. The true justice has already been served. Justice? Akiko would only act to protect the council. I don't know how you trick Judge, but you'll never trick me. I execute Henry before this island shuts down. It doesn't deserve to see its magnificent end. Ass.
That was quite a fucking show.
I'm amazed I'm still here. You were scapegoated. I was just doing my job.
I spent my entire life adrift.
I appreciate it. It's the first time that someone stood up for me. I spent my entire life adrift. The world happened around me. I moved between currents. Nothing I did was ever good enough. Nothing ever worked. No one wanted me. You believed in the truth. Thank you. You can't leave the island. I'm just a shit munching citizen. Or a load more for you to abduct for the next island, right? Got a demon in me. Can't have that on your precious new island, can you? Goodbye, Henry.
I'm shocked.
What fucking ever.
What do you want, freak?
Lydia and I need to have a long talk. Because there are a lot of things that allude to Lydia. And Sam. But it just didn't answer the questions of what was being asked in the trial. But still, we need to have a fucking talk. They both were easy to blame.
Good work.
Ladies back in town. You got your gun back. Justice has been served and the PPU will be reborn on Perfect 25. I've got a favor to ask. I'm not surprised. We need people for the Paradise Psycho unit, right? You want to be on the team? I'm the glamour of the battlefield. I have a good stock of secrets. You're hired.
Good.
I want a corner office. Fine by me.
Thank you.
Did you need something before the end of the island, boss? I'll see you on the next island, Crimson. Sure thing, lady. Hey, Crimson's in our team. Ellie's back, ladies and gentlemen. Ready to go? No! We need to talk.
Stay back.
Again, I have the gun and you're about to die, so shut up.
Blood crystal obtained.
If you want to live, stay back.
The fact that it's still allowing you to go to the crime scene
Fancy a drink?
One last drink, LD, on the house. I got a special one saved. Hit me. It's the end of paradise after all. You'll have it neat, won't you?
That's strange.
Oh man, what is this? A special blend, isn't it? Don't ask. The recipe is secret. That hit the spot. Can I help you with anything before the end, LD? I'll see you on the next island, Tammy. Take care, LD. Yeah, we can just exile, not kill them. There's something on that roof. You try to get it. I could use the blood crystal. There we go.
Crystal obtained.
Fucking hate him. I'm not doing that shit. You sure did. People were shot. Oh, fuck, it has to be somewhere for you access. Who haven't I gone to see? You saw Sam. Saw Henry. Yeah, it'd be really useful. But it's allowing you to go back to the crime scene. They can be. Starlight cannot establish a connection. Era 0024 cannot establish a connection with the 24 protocol. The end of the island approaches. It's a victory lap. I can still kill somebody or exile them. Wait. The island's collapsing. It's not safe to go through here now. I guess we're leaving then. We've spoken to everybody.
I'm messing with you.
Time to get out of here. Hop in, LD. Let's hope Perfect 25 is better than this island. Closing island sequence 24 applications. Ready for island sequence 25. Let's go to the next island. I'm looking forward to hanging with you and Sammy on the next island. We'll go and get a drink together. I can't wait to see Perfect 25. You think the Syndicate will survive this? Hard to know. Too much has happened. I'm gonna have a hell of a time explaining all this to the Syndicate already on the new island. It's a power vacuum now. What if this happens again? It won't. The investigator has breathed life back into paradise. I'm gonna miss Love Dies. We could have had something special. Nothing brings people together like the impending obliteration of a pocket reality. Still, at least the case of the Paradise Killer got her out of exile. I wonder if her truths were right. Guess I'll never know. But Perfect 25 was worth it. Obviously, I hope they all die in the fire, but for their sakes, I hope they enjoy it. I've only known humans for a short amount of time, but they all seem to be idiots and only work for themselves. I'm sure they'll fuck it up nicely. Anyway, time to watch reality die. Why would it be bad? Shout out to Amy Searle who hooked me up with a copy. Hey. I really hope they do another one. This was good. Yes, we found it. So that's how it ended. A weird turn of events. Strangest paradise yet. Is this paradise safe? Of course it isn't. This is the syndicate we're talking about. We will need her again. We always will. She's the only one that can save paradise. Paradise Killer 2? Ooh. Yeah, I'm glad. Again, huge shout out to fellow traveler. Tyson Gameworks for allowing me to stream it. This was a good murder mystery. This is a really good murder mystery. I really hope they do another one. I pray to God they do another one. Please. Like, this was so beyond the conventional, you know, real world, you know, A to Z murder mystery. There were gods, there was a supernatural involved, there were demons. This was right up my alley. This was right up my fucking alley. And I loved it. And the good thing about it is that, again, even if you don't have everything, you can do a trial with what you have and come to whatever conclusions you come to. Again, Henry could have died. Hell, I could have killed Sam and Lydia if I wanted to. If I pointed everything their way. I had shit that broke their alibis. I could have pointed it in their direction. But we got all the loose ends. That was the thing. I wasn't going to do a trial without getting all the loose ends tied. We did. We had everything we needed. We confronted the conspiracies and the right people, quote unquote, got executed. So if I were you, I'd play, even though you saw me. Come to your own conclusions. From start to finish.